CIET NCERT presents audiobook Kaushal Bodh, textbook of vocational education for grade 8.
Page number 59. Part 2. Work with machines and materials. There is a picture given at the bottom of this page where two school-going children are working with different tools. There are some safety gears also present in this picture. Page number 60. Machines make our lives easy, and materials are all around us. Projects on work with machines and materials will help you work with different machines and tools to create new things with different kinds of materials, and to repair and maintain things. You can take up projects related to making electronic toys, carpentry products from wood and bamboo, and pottery products with and without using a wheel, sewing clothes, decorating fabrics, using computers and smartphones to make games and animations, and using waste material to make toys or even instruments for a school band. It is up to you to imagine all that you can do with your peers. Two examples of projects are given in this section, which are working with wood and bamboo and home automation. You must take up only one project. You can either choose one of these projects or you can design a project of your own choice with the help of your teacher. Page number 61. Project 3. Working with wood and bamboo. There is a QR code given on right-hand side top of the page. You can scan this QR code to find additional resources on the same project. You can do many things with natural materials like wood and bamboo. You can cut these materials according to a design, assemble the parts and convert them into useful products. This project is about working with wood and bamboo to make useful objects. As a part of the project, you will be able to: first, learn about working with wood and bamboo. Second, use basic carpentry tools. Third, build a prototype as per design. Fourth, make useful products using softwood and bamboo. There is a picture given at the bottom of this page. There is a teacher who's helping these students understand how to work with these tools to make something useful out of the wood. This picture is given in Figure 3.1, Making Useful Products with Wood. Page number 62. Have you ever noticed that wood and bamboo are indispensable to our lives? From the wooden doors of our homes to fruit and vegetable carts, from school benches to cricket bats, wood baskets, fences, jewelry and toys, they are everywhere. Figure 3.1. They are also seen in the handles of our kitchen tools, bookshelves, and even fishermen's boats and oars. India is known for its ancient buildings and architectures. These buildings have stood the rest of time. Most were built of wood, stone, and other naturally occurring materials. From the Hidimba Temple in Manali, Rumtek Monastery in Sikkim, and Vishram Bagh Wada in Pune. These buildings are renowned for their architecture and intricate decorative woodwork. Another example is the Padmanabhapuram Palace in Tamil Nadu, one of Asia's largest wooden palaces. Figure 3.2. It was built 400 years ago and is spread over 6.5 acres. Figure 3.2. Padmanabhapuram Palace. There is a picture given on the right-hand side of Padmanabhapuram Palace that is in Tamil Nadu. Wood is used as fuel in some parts of the country. It is also used as construction material for making houses, tools, weapons, furniture, packaging, artworks, and paper. Craftsmen and carpenters have shaped wood into beautiful and functional objects for generations. Think of the carved wooden pillars in old temples, the sturdy bullock carts that travel through villages, or even the simple wooden ladle used to stir dal and curries. Humans have used this material in many imaginative ways for their benefits. Even when many different materials are available, wood is still used in many ways. Wood and bamboo are increasingly preferred over concrete and bricks for building houses and schools, as they keep rooms cooler in summer and warmer in winter. Figure 3.3. Sports like cricket, badminton, and hockey rely on strong wooden materials. In some places, even bridges and equipment in playgrounds are made from these materials because they are strong and last long. Page number 63. Since trees can be planted to replace the ones that have been cut, wood is considered a renewable resource. However, its use is not sustainable if its consumption exceeds the number of new trees planted. It must be noted that there are certain areas, such as those at high altitudes in the Himalayas, where trees do not grow easily. Once cut, entire forests disappear. Therefore, wood must be used judiciously. Ideally, the wood of a tree should be used after it has completed its life cycle on Earth. This is a sustainable approach compared to cutting off younger trees for wood. This approach is in alignment with our culture and traditions. While using natural resources, our ancestors used to pray to the earth. For example, the Atharva Veda says, "Whatever we dig out from you, O earth, may that have quick regeneration. May we not damage our vital habitat and earth." Figure 3.3. A traditional South Indian household with wood used for building roofs, doors, windows, and pillars. There is a picture given at the middle of this page of a South Indian house where everything is built with wood. Substitutes like engineered wood or bamboo can be used instead of wood. Examples of engineered wood around you include plywood and medium density fiberboard, MDF. Engineered wood is usually made using recycled wood. Sawdust, fine particles or dust produced when wood goes through different processes in the production of objects. Tiny wood particles and wooden fiber. Bamboo, on the contrary, is a perennial grass and grows back when cut. Figure 3.4. There are several species of bamboo in India, and these are grown in many parts of the country, with the maximum amount being grown in the northeastern part of India. Page number 64. Figure 3.4. Bamboo grows in almost all parts of India except for the extremely hot and cold desert regions of Rajasthan and Ladakh, respectively. There are two pictures given here at the top of this page. First picture is of bamboo growing naturally in a forest. The second picture is of bamboo sticks cut and dried in sun to be used for different purposes. In this project, you will make products using either wood or bamboo. Adult supervision is required since you will be doing hands-on carpentry, including shaping, joining, and sanding. You should collaborate with a carpentry instructor or a local carpenter to understand proper tool handling and safety measures. What will I be able to do? At the end of the project, you will be able to: Point 1. Safely use tools like a hammer and saw to cut, join, and assemble materials. Point 2. Design a product and make a prototype. Point 3. Build a functional object using basic carpentry hand tools and materials. Point 4. Apply finishing techniques to make objects durable and attractive. What will I need? Tools required: tri-square, hand saw, wood file, plane, claw hammer, measuring tape, steel ruler, bench vise, brush, clamps, hand drill, and cutter. Figure 3.5. Tools used for woodwork. There is a picture given at the right-hand side bottom of this page of different tools that can be used for wooden work. Page number 65. Materials required: nails, screws, pencil or chalk, wood glue, sandpaper, varnish, softwood and/or bamboo, cardboard, synthetic resin adhesive, and cellophane tape. Figure 3.5. How do I keep myself and others safe? First, handling tools. Use all the cutting tools carefully. Learn the proper techniques to hold and use tools. Use masks and safety goggles to protect your eyes from wood dust. Second, workplace safety. Keep the workplace organized and free from any unnecessary dust and wooden cuttings. Keep tools in their proper place after use. Internet safety. Ask your teacher for help while using the internet. Be careful not to upload or download anything without checking. Do not share your personal information with anyone. What do I need to know before I start? Natural wood is available in hard and softwood, depending on the kind of tree. Wood from different trees is used for different purposes. For example, hardwood from babool and mango trees is used for construction, making houses, bridges, window frames, flooring, etc. While the jackfruit tree is used for making furniture and small objects like puja stands, handicrafts, etc. Softwood from pine and deodar is used for making lightweight furniture, shelves and packing boxes, while eucalyptus, Nilgiri, is used for making paper. Wood from the teak, Sangwan tree is used for building ships and outdoor furniture. Page number 66. As you may have guessed from its name, Hardwood can be challenging to work with, requiring stronger tools and specific techniques. Softwood is easier to cut, shape, and finish, making it more suitable for you to work with. Bamboo is also easy to work with. You can even use plywood or recycled wood from old wooden furniture or objects. Look at the wooden objects around you and check if they are made of soft or hardwood using the fingernail test. The test is simple. Press your thumbnail against a wooden surface and pull it along. If it leaves a scratch mark, it's softwood. If not, it's hardwood. Activity 1. Visit a local woodworking or bamboo workshop. Have you ever wondered how raw wood or bamboo becomes useful, like a chair or a table? What is the first step in turning a simple piece of wood or bamboo into a finished product? By visiting a carpenter's workshop, you will discover how carpenters take decisions at each stage, from choosing the right materials to designing, shaping, cutting, and assembling the final product. Think about what you want to ask the carpenters about their process of creating products and the things they take care of at every stage. Record the visit to a carpenter's workshop. Name of the carpenter. There is blank space provided next to it for your response. Number of persons employed in the workshop, if applicable. There's a blank space provided for your response. Qualification of the carpenter and other persons in the workshop. There is blank space provided for your response. Follow the checklist in Table 3.1 to observe, ask, and document key details about the carpenter's work. Add or remove questions as suitable. Page number 67. Table 3.1. Record of details about the carpenter's work. There is a table given here with 3 columns and 6 rows. The heading of the first column is serial number. The heading of the second column is questions. The heading of the third column is observation. Third column in all rows have been kept blank for you to write your own responses. Serial number 1. What kind of carpentry work is done in the workshop? Example, furniture making, house construction, and repairs. In the third column, blank space is provided for you to write your response. Serial number 2. What types of wood are used to make different products? Next to it is blank space in column 3 for you to write your own response. Serial number 3. Question: how do you decide the type of wood to use for a particular purpose? Next to it is blank space that is provided in column number 3 for you to write your own response. Serial number 4. Question: what tools and machines do you use to make products? Next to it in column 3 is blank space provided for you to write your own response. Serial number 5. What are the basic techniques used to make products from wood? For example, measurement, drawing a design on wood, cutting, and joining. Next to it, in column number 3, there is blank space that is provided for you to write your own response. Serial number 6. What safety precautions do you take while working? Next to it, in column 3, is blank space where you can write your own response. Activity 2. Understanding bamboo or wooden products. Look at the objects made up of wood or bamboo around you and pick any one of them. You will find that different parts of a wooden object are joined in various ways. Any wooden object is generally made of different parts, assembled or joined together. Thus, joints are essential in making any wooden or bamboo product. Figure 3.6 elaborates common joints used in wooden products. Of course, there are other ways of joining parts of an object. For example, with nails, screws, wood glue, or with bamboo string, also known as twine. Page number 68. Figure 3.6 Common joints used in wooden products. There is a figure given on this page on how to use common joints in wooden products, elaborating what is it, when it is used, and its applications for different kinds of joints. Butt joint. What is it? Joints in which straight edges join at the corner. When used for simple connections where strength is not a major concern. Applications: basic furniture like small tables or picture frames. There is a picture of a butt joint given here, where two small logs of wood are attached to each other from one corner with the help of nails. Meter joint. What is it? Joints in which pieces come together at a 45-degree angle. When used for simple connections where strength is not a major concern. Applications: basic furniture like small tables or picture frames. There's a picture given of a meter joint in which two logs of wood are cut at 45-degree angle and joined from the same side with the help of a glue and a wooden nail. Lap joint. What is it? Pieces overlap each other with one piece sitting on top of the other. When used for joining two pieces of wood that need extra surface contact for strength. Applications: shelves, simple boxes, and frames where durability is needed. There's a picture of a lap joint given here, in which two pieces of wood are placed on top of each other for better strength. In this kind of joint, two pieces of wood lap each other for better strength to the product. Mortise and tenon joint. What is it? A joint where a protruding tenon on one wood piece fits into mortise, a corresponding slot on another piece. When used, ideal for strong, durable connections in areas needing to support heavy loads. Applications: common in making doors, window frames, furniture like tables, chairs, and bookshelves, and in building timber frames. There is a picture of a mortise and tenon joint example given here. In this picture, there are two pieces of wood. In between one log of wood, some space has been carved out for other piece of wood to be inserted and locked for better strength and durable support. Page number 69. Joining parts using nails and screws. Nails, screws, nuts, and bolts are also called fasteners. They are used to join parts. Nails are fixed using a hammer and screws are fixed using screwdrivers. You need to make a small dent in the wood to place the screw tip. Using a screwdriver will help. Different types and sizes of nails and screws are used in woodwork. Besides nails and screws, nuts and bolts are also used. These are fastened through a hole drilled with a hand or power drill. Joining moving parts. In some objects, the parts move like windows, doors, cupboards, chests, and similar objects. Hinges join these moving parts. Hinges are used for smooth movement and allowing parts like doors or lids to open and close easily. This provides durability to wooden objects so that they last a long time. Different hinges are suited for various purposes depending on the use, as given in Figure 3.7. Figure 3.7. Hinges allow movement while ensuring the durability of wooden objects. There are 3 pictures given of different kinds of hinges made of steel in this figure. Record observations for the object you selected below. Point 1. Which object did you select? Blank space is provided for you to write your answers. Point 2. What is it made of? For example, wood, bamboo, etc. Blank space is provided for you to write your answer. Page number 70. Table 3.2. Understanding the dimensions of an object. In this table, there are 2 columns and 4 rows. First row, first column. Sketch the object. Label each part and indicate the kind of joint used. For example, school bench. There is a picture given of a school bench in this box. Row 1, column 2. Draw a sketch of the object selected by you. Space provided for you to draw a sketch of the selected object by you. Row 2, column 1. What type of material is it made of? For example, the bench is made of hardwood. Row 2, column 2. Blank space for your own response. Row 3, column 1. Is it made of a single piece of wood or bamboo? If not, how many parts can you count? For example, the school bench. There are 4 different parts and a metal frame on which they are fixed. The parts are joined using nuts and bolts. Row 3, column 2. Blank space provided for you to write your own response. Row 4, column 1. Did you see any of the joints shown in figure 3.6? No. There are no wooden joints. Metal and wood are joined together using nuts and bolts. Row 4, column 2. Blank space is provided for you to write your own response. Activity 3. Making a prototype of a desired object or product. You have observed different carpentry tools at the workshop and studied wooden or bamboo objects or products. Now, decide on the product you want to make. Figure 3.8. Figure 3.8. simple objects for making prototypes. There are 3 pictures given in this figure. First is of a simple wooden pen stand with a clock. Second picture is of a photo frame. Third picture is of an exam board. Since you are doing it for the first time, it is better to make a prototype of the object. A prototype is the first model of the product for checking your design. Since you are working with wood or bamboo for the first time, use cardboard or waste softwood to make a small model of your chosen object. Remember, use the cardboard or softwood wisely with minimum wastage. Page number 71. Figure 3.9 gives the steps in making the prototype of an object or product. Figure 3.9. Basic steps for making a prototype of an object. There are different steps given here for making a prototype of an object. Some pictures are also incorporated for your better understanding. Step 1. Sketch a 3-dimensional object with dimensions. There is a picture given with this step where a student is sketching a 3D object with dimensions. Step 2. Collect material, cardboard or waste softwood, cutter, pencil, scale, and carefully mark the design on it. Ensure that the design is as per the sketch. Cut the material as per dimensions. There is a picture given with this step where a student is using 2 pieces of a small cardboard and trying to join them with each other. Step 3. Assemble the project using glue and see whether it has come out as per your original design. There is a picture given of a pen stand made out of cardboard pieces. Prototyping is an integral part of working with materials. It has many advantages. A few of them are listed below. Point 1. With the selected material, you can get an idea whether the design is appropriate or, while good on paper, unrealistic to make in 3 dimensions. Point 2. It reduces the chances of making errors while making the actual object. Point 3. You can modify the design at a low cost since you used cardboard or waste wood. Hint: you can use glue instead of nails while working with cardboard. Or you can also use cellophane tape. You can make hinges by piercing pieces of old wire into the cardboard. Figure 3.10. Figure 3.10, prototype of a hinge. There is a picture given of a hinge here where 2 cardboards are joined with the use of a hinge. Page number 72. Review your process and respond to the questions. Question 1. Were you able to measure and cut the material accurately? If not, what would you do differently next time? Blank space is provided for your answers. Question 2. How did you join the parts? Any difficulty in joining them? What would you do differently next time? Blank space is provided for your answer. Question 3. Were you able to recreate your sketch in the 3-dimension 3D? Blank space is provided for your answer. Question 4. Show your model to your peers. What feedback did you get? There is blank space provided for your answer. Activity 4. Making a product from wood. Now you can make your own product using wood. Select suitable wood. You can use scrap wood pieces. For your first product, you should choose softwood or plywood. Start with something simple yet functional, like a wooden coaster. Figure 3.11. A coaster is a small flat piece of wood using to place cups or glasses to protect surfaces from heat or liquid. Page number 73. You can also make different objects like a wall hanging, keychain, key holder, chalk duster for your classroom, a phone stand to keep your mobile upright, a nameplate for your desk or door, a small wooden toy, or something else, as given in figure 3.12. Figure 3.11. Wooden coasters. There is a picture given here of a cup that has been placed on a wooden coaster. 3 other wooden coasters are also lying on the table in this picture. Remember how you made the prototype in Activity 3. Whatever you decide to make, first sketch the object and make a prototype. You can look at similar objects to get an idea of the dimensions and parts and how they can be joined. Or you can get help from an expert. Figure 3.12. Designs that you can use for making coasters. There's a picture given of different kinds of coasters with different shapes and different drawings on them. Through this activity, you will learn basic carpentry skills like measuring, cutting, sewing, sanding, and finishing, which will help you make other wooden objects. Basic skills for working with wood. Figure 3.13 gives basic skills for working with wood or bamboo. You will practice these skills as you build your product. Remember to ask an expert or search for information through books or the internet in case you need any support. Page number 74. Figure 3.13. Steps for making products from wood. There are different steps given here with pictures for students to understand the steps for making products from wood. Sketching and planning. Sketch the object you will make. You can draw a simple outline on paper. Collect required materials and tools. There is a picture of simple paper for you to jot down the measurements of your product. There is another picture of a prototype of a table that is given here. Measuring and marking. Use a measuring tape and pencil to mark where to cut. There is a picture given here where a person is using an inch tape and marking on a wooden log. Planing. Smoothing the wood. Plane is a tool to shave thin and uneven strips from wood surface. It creates a smooth surface by removing high spots. It also evens out any rough edges. Use a plane to smoothen the surface of wood. There is a picture given here where a plane is used as a tool by a person to smoothen out any rough edges on the wood. Drilling. Drills are used to create holes in wood to fix screw, nails, etc. using a hand drill. Keep the drill perpendicular to the wood where you want to make the hole for fixing pieces. Select the right type of tool, ensuring that it is fixed in the tool holder. There is a picture of a manual drilling machine given here. Cutting. Hacksaw is an important tool used to cut wood. Before you start cutting the wood, ensure that the piece is secured tightly in the bench vise. Mark a line to cut and make a small cut at the point of the line begins. Check if the line is straight, else do necessary corrections. There is a picture given of a hacksaw here. Sanding. Sanding is done to smoothen the surface or smoothen the edges using sandpaper for a polished finish. There is a picture given here of a person using a sandpaper to smoothen out the rough edges of a wooden log. Page number 75. Assembly. Join the parts as per the sketch. You can press fit the joints made for the purpose. You can also use nails or nuts, bolts, and screws to join different parts. There is a picture given here where a person is putting nails with the use of a hammer in two wooden locks to join them. Varnishing or painting. Varnish is a solution of resins, oil, and solvents. It is applied to form a protective layer on the wood surface. It becomes scratch resistant and also enhances appearance and durability. You can decorate the object to make it look attractive if you wish. Once you have practiced the processes, respond to these questions. Question 1. Which object are you going to make? Blank space is provided for your answer. Question 2. Sketch the object you plan to make with dimensions. Blank space is provided for your sketching. Page number 76. Question 3. Write down the process you followed in making your object. Which tools did you use to make your object? Blank space is provided for your answer. Question 4. Did you face any difficulties while making it? And how did you overcome them? Blank space is provided for your answer. Question 5. What did you do to make the product look attractive? Blank space is provided for your answer. Now, you have learned various steps in making wooden objects. The more you practice, the more you will master making them. You can be creative when designing a small item. Figure 3.14. Here are few examples. 1. Birdhouse. 2. Mobile phone holder. 3. Nameplate. 4. Wooden toy. And 5. Keychains. Figure 3.14. Small items that you can make out of wood. There are 5 pictures given in this figure. First is of a birdhouse. Second, of a mobile holder. Third has a nameplate. Fourth is of a wooden toy. Fifth is of different kinds of keychain that can be made out of wood. Activity 5. Make a bamboo product. As you read earlier, bamboo is a strong, lightweight, eco-friendly, and readily available material that you can use to create many valuable items. Since you have already made a wooden coaster, you can make some other creative bamboo products. Page number 77. The most striking feature of a bamboo plant is the stem, which emerges from the ground as a tender shoot and grows quickly into a tall and woody culm. The culm is a hollow cylinder tapering towards the top. It is the most commonly used part of the bamboo plant. A bamboo plant system consists of many culms. The stem is covered with the sheath leaf-like structures that protect the developing plant and has multiple nodes as indicated in Figure 3.15. Figure 3.15. Structure of bamboo. There is a picture given here which tells us about the structure of a bamboo plant. It has roots, rhizome, neck, sheath, internode, shoot, leaf, node, and culm. The culm is the part of the bamboo plant generally used for making products. Figure 3.16. It has a hollow cylinder segmented by solid nodes. Culms with smooth texture are used for making handicrafts and bamboo utensils. Figure 3.16. Objects made of bamboo. In this figure, there are 5 pictures of a bamboo mug, a bamboo pen stand, a bamboo plant holder, a bamboo mobile holder, and a bamboo wind chime. Once you have decided on the object you want to make, the steps listed in Figure 3.17 will guide you to move from raw material to the final product. Remember to ask an expert or search for information through books or the internet if you need any support. Page number 78. Figure 3.17. Steps for making products from bamboo. There are different steps for making products from bamboo that are given here, along with the pictures for students' better understanding. Step 1. Sketching and planing. Sketch the object you will make. You can draw a simple outline on paper. Remember to label important measurements: width, height, thickness. Collect required materials and tools. There is a picture given where a student is drawing a picture of the object on a piece of a paper that he wants to make. Step 2. Measuring and marking. Use a measuring tape and marker to mark where to cut. There is a picture given where a student is using an inch tape to put markings on a piece of bamboo that he wishes to cut. Step 3. Cutting the piece you want. Cut the internodes from a length of bamboo using a hacksaw, and then cut the parts required according to the sketch. Remember to use a bench vise. There is a picture where a student is using a hacksaw and cutting small parts of a bamboo stick. Step 4. Smoothing. Scrape off the outer skin and smoothen the surface area of the bamboo piece. There is a picture given with this step where a person is smoothing the edges of a bamboo stick. Step 5. Assembly. Join the parts as per the sketch. You can use a hand drill. You can also use nails or nuts and bolts or screws to join the different parts. Step 6. Sanding. Sanding is done to smoothen the surface or smoothen the edges of the product using sandpaper for a polished finish. There is a picture given where a person is using a sandpaper to smoothen out the surface and edges of a bamboo stick. Step 7. Varnishing or painting. Varnish is a solution of resins, oil, and solvents. It is applied to form a protective layer on the surface. It is scratch resistant and also enhances the product's appearance and durability. There is a picture given with this step where a person is painting on the finished product. Page number 79. Reflect on your learnings. Point 1. Which object are you going to make? Blank space is provided for your answer. Point 2. Sketch the object you are going to make with dimensions. Blank space is provided for you to sketch. Point 3. Write down the process you followed in making your object. Which tools did you use to make your object? Blank space is provided for your answer. Point 4. Did you face any difficulties? And how did you overcome them? Blank space is provided for your answer. Point 5. What did you do to make the product look attractive? Blank space is provided for your answer. Activity 6. Costing. How much did you spend? To decide the selling price of the product, we need to calculate the costs incurred in manufacturing the product. Please list all the materials and tools in case the school purchased or rented them, and the cost incurred in table 3.3. Next, think of your labor, the time you spent making the object. Estimate the number of hours you spent making the product. Page number 80. Table 3.3. Estimate of cost of making product. There are 4 columns and 6 rows in this table. The heading of the first column, materials. The heading of the second column, quantity. The heading of the third column, cost per item in rupees. The heading of the fourth column, total cost in rupees. Column 2, 3, 4 have been kept blank for you to write your own responses. Row 1, column 1, wood or bamboo. Row 2, column 1, nails. Row 3, column 1, paint or varnish. Row 4, column 1, sandpaper. Row 5, column 1, other materials. Row 6, column 1, total cost. Try to find out the price of a similar product in the market. You may check with a local market or an online marketing platform. Activity 7. Basic repairs around the school. Like other objects, wooden objects also need maintenance. Most routine maintenance include tightening nuts, nailing the loose part, or painting the object. Some wooden objects may need sanding off worn-out parts. If objects are not maintained in time, their life gets reduced. Use your carpentry skills to repair wooden items in your school or home, such as benches, cupboards, and desks. One example is given in Table 3.4. Add the details of what you did. Table 3.4. Record of repair and maintenance work. There is a table given here with 4 columns and 6 rows. The first row in this table has been filled out with an example to understand how to write the record of repair and maintenance work. The heading of the first column, Repair Task. Example, the wooden top of a school bench. The heading of the second column, Was it fixed properly? How? Example, Yes, the screws were tightened. The heading of the third column, Does it feel strong? Yes or no? Example, Yes. The heading of the fourth column, Any final improvements needed? Example, Smoothen the edges of the wood by sanding, which is done by using sandpaper. 5 rows are kept blank for you to write your own responses. Page number 81. What did I learn from others? Point 1. Name 3 things you learned from the carpenter or experts or teachers during the project. Blank space for your response. Point 2. What was the most difficult step in making your product? How did speaking to others, example, peers, teachers, experts, family, community members, etc., help? Blank space for your response. What did I do and how long did it take? It is important to understand how much time is required for an activity to be completed. Calculate the approximate number of hours you spent on each activity. Mark them on the timeline below. If you did more than the activities suggested in the book, please add the number and time taken. There is a format of a timeline given here. The first part of this timeline is activity starting from 1 to 7. In the second part of the timeline, the heading is time taken in periods. There is blank space provided with each activity for you to write your own response. What else can I do? Create a mini orchestra using simple handmade wooden instruments like an iktara, a wooden shaker filled with seeds or beads, a clapper made from 2 pieces of flat wood, or a mini drum using a wooden container and cloth. Figure 3.18. Page number 82. Make your own iktara and explore other musical instruments. An iktara is a simple, one-stringed musical instrument used widely across India. It is easy to make using everyday materials like bamboo, coconut shell, or hollow cylinders. Figure 3.18. Making an iktara. There is a picture of an iktara given here. Other musical instruments you can make. Bamboo flute. Use a hollow bamboo piece, drill small holes for notes, and blow across the opening. Damru. Hand drum. Use two small wooden bowls joined together with a string and beads to create rhythmic sounds. Chipli or ghungru. Salangai or ghungar. Bells. Attach small bells to a piece of wood to create a musical instrument. You can reuse old wood to make something new, like turning a broken drawer into a shelf or using small scraps to create art, gifts, or other fun objects. Look around your home or school for waste wood and try building or fixing things. This way, you can help the planet while having fun. Think and answer. Question 1. Did you enjoy doing this project? Question 2. What did you like? And what would you do differently next time? Question 3. Wood has been a part of human civilization and part of the life of humans. It is present in almost every moment and every step of human life. Find out whether it is mentioned in literature and scriptures. Quote the words that talk of wood and provide translation if needed. Question 4. Some examples of jobs related to your work are carpentry, interior design, etc. What other jobs are related to the project? Look around, speak to people, and write your answer. Project 3 ends here.
Kaushal Bodh. You were just listening to this audiobook, Textbook of Vocational Education for Grade 8. Narration Himani Joshi. Sound recordist Muhammad Faizan Khan. Assistance in production Mukul Singh. Directed and produced by Vimalesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.